Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Buccaneers and the Packers, and it's coming up next.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Green Bay Packers. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Ready.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
17.
Oh, he fakes a spike. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. Back deep, Trey Palmer. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And how about his performance in the wild card round last week? Truly one for the record books. Touchdown pass after touchdown pass. In fact, the statistician was questionable for this game, trying to recover from that one. And if you didn't know any better, you would have thought they were going 11 on 10 in that game all the way through. But now for this one, can he keep it going? Can he keep the hot hand?
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Evans comes in motion right. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Well, as you can see, they're not operating at full health today, partner. That's been a big story the last couple of weeks. But the bottom line, their record is solid, and you know that this is still a very dangerous team, even with those guys missing.
What they have shown us throughout this season is that this team has stayed focused, and some injuries, they're just not going to derail the momentum they've built up all season long. They continue to go out there and play and give their best performances.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Rashawn Gary, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
In motion right, Evans.
Now Mayfield.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every.
Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Lucas Van Ness
Coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Here we go.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want, because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Let's go now.
To pass, here's Jordan Love.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is going to have a Packers first down.
They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Ready, set, go.
Counter play with Jacobs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Let's go.
Love looking to throw it. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
They go with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Ready, set.
Off the play fake, Love. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Ready.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. Pushes him aside at the 10. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Ready.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal.
Ready.
Jacobs trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
So, obviously, they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Anders Carlson now for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball. And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Mayfield to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 78 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now Love. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 89 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, and this is a first down.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
Here's Love.
Wide open receiver complete.
And the Packers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Ready.
Here's Jacobs.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Josh Jacobs
With his second touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. A quick throw caught by Godwin.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Mayfield looks to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Preston Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded just inside the 30. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
He finds his man, complete. It's Reed.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go, set.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
2nd down and a yard.
Let's go now.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Come on, set. Ready.
Working out of the gun. Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. He can't get him down. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
122 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run it with Jacobs, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Packers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Carlson on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield rolling to his left. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Mayfield now. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
Here's Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. This is caught by McMillan. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there, that shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
White is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. Well, there you see it. A hat trick of touchdowns, and we're in the 1st half. I'm betting that he was over there saying, feed me.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I got to eat.
There is no doubt, and he's real hungry right now, isn't he? I mean, let's be honest about the whole thing. We don't have to be on the field to understand what he's telling everyone. Give me the ball. We're locked in with the offensive line. They're taking care of business, and I'm finishing things off.
Well, heck, he might be able to turn this into an historic event. We'll see.
Ready.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9.
Set, hut.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line.
They'll start here with a handoff to White.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. In motion, the tight end. Mayfield.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Fielded at about the 28. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Set, ready, hut.
Love, they go play action now. And his throw here's incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes it right side to White. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go, set. Hut, hut.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Let's go now.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. He's got his target. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Ready, ready. Set, hut.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. In motion goes the tight end. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Preston Smith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Set.
Going on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 156 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Let's go. Ready?
Love now. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed laying himself out in the end zone. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. Now Carlson for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
He completes it to Evans. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Now Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Love looking to throw it. Now this aired out deep for Reed. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Ready.
Throwing. Love. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true.
Set. Ready. Set.
Final play of the half. Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He's found the end zone 4 times on the ground already, as he's putting together the kind of performance you dream about as a running back. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. A time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He's got Otten. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Done.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Done.
Mayfield to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Take it at the 37. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD. And now here as they begin their first series of the 2nd half, I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our 2nd half blowout material. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the 2nd half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Set.
They run it with Jacobs. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the... And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A touchdown run there from a yard out, and the Packers have got it on cruise control. So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. Carlson on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
In motion left, Godwin. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
First down, Tampa Bay.
In motion right is Evans. Throwing, Mayfield. Here's White. They set up the screen. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Mayfield looks to throw. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Now back to the ground game with White. And he stopped immediately there. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 2nd and 10. Evans comes in motion right. Mayfield down. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for just 3. 3rd and 7 now. To throw, Mayfield. That is caught. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
First down, here's White. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force, and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Otten brings it in over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 8-yard line.
Mayfield. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
And his kick is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Set, ready.
Here's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here we go.
To throw now, here's Love. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards.
And what a call, because they ran a triple out route, 3 guys running out routes at varying depths. And then they let an inside receiver try and sneak free and run deeper downfield, and he does. And the defense out of sorts here, and it turns into a big play.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Jacobs going to try the middle. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd down and 3.
Let's go now. Ready?
Here's Love. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Come on, set.
Jacobs is in. Touchdown, Packers. And that now 6 rushing touchdowns for him. And that ties him with Alvin Kamara, who on Christmas Day of 2020 also went for 6 touchdowns. And this is quickly turning into one of the great individual performances in NFL history. Now Carlson for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. For the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll go up the middle with White, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything. And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Take it in at the 22. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He has had a whale of a game. In the 3rd quarter, you're already over 200 yards. I don't know what more he can do at this point.
Not a whole lot, and what he has found is that zone that we always talk about, where every carry feels great. Every carry potentially is a sprint to the end zone, and all he wants to do is ride it as long as this game goes on.
Yeah, now he's just thinking 300 yards maybe.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play, unable to connect in that attempt.
And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Palmer going to go in motion left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is White on the screen. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
A quick throw caught by Evans out wide. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face a third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the gun, Mayfield. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Toward the sideline, it's complete, an athletic grab, but still well short of the first. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down.
Touchdown, Packers! Josh Jacobs, 31 yards. And the Packers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Yet another touchdown run for him, and this one is going to put his name in the NFL record books. He's now set the new bar for most rushing touchdowns in a single game. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And able to get this out to the 25. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Now Mayfield. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packers offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready, ready. Ready.
Love, they go play action now. That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Carlson's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now a 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. He finds his target. It's Evans. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Down.
Love now. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Let's go.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
Set, go.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Ready. Punt.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. Escapes the defender. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's first and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a first and 10 at the 11.
Set, ready.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are pouring it on. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Carlson's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out come the Bucs now. And they knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing, Mayfield.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Xavier McKinney, the one to get a hand on it defensively.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Let's take it inside his own 40. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here we go.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Working out of the gun, Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 33 yards that time.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Come on, set.
Love. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. Carlson on for the extra point.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Mayfield down.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
Here we go. Ready?
Jacobs now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 7 brings up second down at the 40-yard line.
Second and 11 now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Here's Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. One last shot for Mayfield here. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.